Welcome to the farm.
Welcome to the farm. I'm Justin. Today we're going to get back in this grapple build and hopefully get this thing pretty close to wrapped up. In the last video on it, we welded all the new pieces together, hopefully making this arm a lot stronger, and it ended with a big issue. The big issue was when I welded along these sleeves, when it cooled, it ended up shrinking the sleeve and getting stuck on the pins. Couldn't get the pins in and out. So we spent a while just hammering on those pins to get them out. Today, we're going to see if we can fix that issue and get these pins sliding in and out real nice and smooth. So I had the same issues with the sleeves shrinking up here on top when I welded them in place. And what I did to fix that is I just took a file and I filed the inside of the sleeves until they kind of looked a lot more smooth, opened it back up, and the pin would slide in and out pretty easily. It worked okay. It was very time consuming, but it worked. I don't think that's going to work overly well with these ones just because they are so much longer. These are only about an inch and a half-ish. These are about 6 inches long, so trying to get a nice even file stroke inside of there I think is going to be very difficult. So I picked up a couple of hones. We're going to try running some hones through there, see if we can't get these rounded back out to the original size. These are obviously going to be a lot finer and not remove as much material as a file will, but I'm hoping with the electric advantage of battery-powered tools, we should be able to hone these out pretty quickly. Let's go ahead and give it a try. I've never honed anything before, so see how it works. All right, here we go. It's getting better. At least I can get the pin in now. All right, so I've been running the 180 grit one for a few minutes now, and it's definitely opened up the start of the sleeve, and I can get it into about here, and then it gets real tight again. I feel like this isn't giving enough pressure, and it's flattened out quite a bit already. So I'm going to go ahead, throw the other one on. It's not as aggressive, but I'm hoping the pads will have more pressure and more even coating and hopefully clean it out a little bit better. Well, that one did not hold up so good. The pads basically just disintegrated. There's nothing left of them. So I'm going to go back this one, and I'm just going to keep working it for a while, and hopefully I can get this thing to accept the pin. So the hone's working, but not the best. I've been working on this for quite a while now, and I'm able to get it in about that far. And the hones just aren't holding up. I don't think they're aggressive enough. So I'm going to take some stuff I have around the shop and see if I can't make something more aggressive and more abrasive that I can get in there and hog out a lot of material. And then I'll take the hone to kind of smooth it out later. See what I can come up with. So here's what I kind of came up with. It's down and dirty. I don't know if it's going to work or not, but I got some 60 grit sandpaper, pretty aggressive, on a little spindle of wood I cut out with a hole saw with some 1/4 inch rod going through it, sandwiching it all together. Throw it in a drill and see if it does anything. Well, too tight, and the wood is just spinning on the rod itself, so I don't have the wood sandwiched enough. I don't have the right size washers to really squish it down. The nuts are just kind of smushing into the wood and not holding it well. So that's not going to work the way it is. All right, so here's my next attempt. It took me about 5 minutes to whip up. And what I did is I took the metal rod that I used to pound the pins out. I cut the bad ends off, taped on some sandpaper, 60 grit, welded on a nut that I could get 3/8 rod in so it'll adapt and fit in my drill. It's not straight at all, but I'm hoping it'll work enough to sand out that hole. Let's go give it a shot. So I've been running this contraption I made with the drill for a little while now, and I don't think it's made any difference. I don't think it's working at all. I can still only get about an inch and a half into the sleeve, and it just comes to a dead stop. So it's basically just past this 1/4 inch piece here, and then this all gets way too tight. So I'm gonna have to come up with a different plan. So I took a little break, went into town with the family, went to the garden center, got some lunch, and we went to the hardware store, and I picked up a few things that'll hopefully help us get this straightened out. First thing I picked up, I got a step drill bit that goes up to 1 inch, which is the inside diameter of the sleeves. And then I picked up 2 different sized extensions because I'm not sure what size shank will fit in either one of these. Hopefully it'll fit in one of these, and then we'd be able to run the step bit all the way through, clean out this bore, hone it, and be good to go. I ran it through a few passes and I'm over halfway through it, so I'm just gonna run the step bit a little bit. I've been putting on just kind of little bits of angles and just shaving the inside, and I'm making a lot better progress than I have any other time. Drilled it out a few times now. I'm gonna try running the hone through, see if I can clean up some of those edges, see if that pin will slide in now. Oh yeah, now we're cruising. Still a little tight, but significantly better. I think I'm gonna run the hone through it a few more times, but I think we're getting there. So the step bit setup worked amazing. I couldn't be happier with how that went. It took off some nice big hunks. You could really feel it hit the spots that shrunk. And then once I went through a few times with the step bit, I went through a bunch of times with the hone and worked it for a couple minutes per sleeve. And now my pins slide in pretty easy. So I'm pretty happy about that. I'm gonna go ahead and get the arms all bolted in, get the top of the cylinders bolted in, and I'll see you after that. So we got the top 3 pivot points on both arms bolted back in, hydraulic cylinders back on, lines hooked back together. I think the last thing we need to do is install our lower pins. All right, so the grapple is 100% fully back together. And that was a long process redoing this. This whole grapple's been a really long process and way more involved and took way more time than I ever thought it would. But now that we got it to this point, let's go grab the Kubota, get it hooked up. Let's go outside, see how it performs. I am super happy. This worked out so well. I can't say anything else. This is just awesome. So let's go ahead and drop these logs. I'm gonna go pick up a rock or two, see how that works, because last time when I picked up a rock, you could really see the arms twist and bend. So I'm curious to see what they're gonna do now. Well, it picked up a rock. The arm, when I first picked it up, did tweak a little bit, but as soon as I let go of the rock, it went right back into place and looked real good. It's a little bent right now, picking up just on the one side. So could I have made it a little bit stronger? Probably, but I think it's gonna hold up fine for what I'm doing. And essentially the grapple is complete. The last thing I need to do is just clean everything up, paint it up real good, and I think that's gonna be it. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed this build series. I know it's been a long series and it's taken me a long time to get here, but I have learned a ton and I had a lot of fun. Just want to say thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye.